Alright guys, we're going to get this hype train started. It's going to be Itano Circus versus NightQueenNyx or Team Zenith Rain. I have no idea how good Rain is. He's a solid player. I think he's a Masters in StarCraft, so he's a good player. I'll worry about that later. We're going to get Dragon Hunter Z in here, but let's see what's going on. We already have a proxy coming out from NightQueenNyx or Team Zenith Rain. We have a worker wandering across the map. I'm pretty sure this guy is not going to be scouting. He could be scouting, but I don't think so. Having said that, there is a build order where you could go for a castle first and get some vision on the map with this first worker. But I suspect by the trajectory that, well, we'll just have to wait and see. To introduce the players in the bottom right with the nice red-haired workers, one of my favorite skins in the game, we have Itano Circus going for a 1-den expand. And in the top left, we have NightQueenNyx or Team Zenith Rain. I'm going to call him Rain for the rest of this series. And it looks like this is just a scouting worker. So that's an interesting choice from Rain. He is going to be a little bit behind in the gold mine because of this. But in general, it's pretty fine. Oh. We have a pause from Itano Circus. It's possible that his food has arrived. I heard rumors that that was going to happen. What's up, you verme? Yeah, we've got some mind games from Itano here. So, just to kind of talk about these players, these guys are both probably not complete top of the food chain in Little War Game. Again, Rain, I have not played much with him. I think he's definitely less of a practice kind of player, more of just raw RTS talent. Whereas Itano Circus is someone who has put a lot of effort into improving the game. If you guys don't know who Itano Circus is, he's one of the main movers and shakers behind the Little War Game renaissance that we have right now. By that I mean he's actually been working really hard to get a new patch out. He's been actually doing some work on the patch itself. He's been organizing some of the other people. It's basically Itano, Circus, Shao, and V-Tester. Those three are the three pillars of the Little War Game community. There are three mods, and they've been doing just a ton of really excellent work getting this new patch out. Now, this game is going to be played on the version of the game that will go live, but this is actually a modded map because currently the game is still in 3.9. So whenever you load up just a random map, it's going to be on the base game, and that base game is not this current patch. In fact, that base game is pretty far behind where this current patch is. Just to really talk about, as we have some downtime, let's talk a little bit about what the let's talk about what has changed on this patch. So there's a couple significant things. First off, raiders have been changed. In the AA3 version of the game, which maybe you're more familiar with, which is the let's see, the AA3 version, which is what the ranked maps are currently being played on. Raiders have 3 flashes basically. Whereas now they're going to be down to less flashes, but they also have a better, quicker attack when it comes to flashing. But in general, it's a very slight nerf. I think their HP is nerfed or something. I don't remember exactly. But the slight nerf to the raiders, a slight change. Another thing that has been changed is cannons. Significantly, their build time has gone from 23 seconds to 26 seconds. This has been to nerf double workshop cheeses. Also, it's interesting to see that we see Rain is going to be going for a castle first. This is going to be a pretty solid build order versus what Itano has gone for, which is a 1-den expand. The size of this map, there's no way that Rain is going to take much damage from this, but in the end of the day, I don't think he's getting much advantage from this, because if we look at the timings of our castles, Itano's getting his castle pretty quickly, and Rain is also lost a worker, so he's already down by 2 workers. I mean, a second 11th worker is coming out. So basically he's down 1 worker because he lost a worker and that worker wasn't mining this whole time. So if we look at income, you're going to see that Itano's up by about 40 gold. So that scout cost Rain about 40 gold here. And we do see a workshop coming out, so we're going to see some juicy mech plays from Team Zenith's Rain, so I'm very excited to see that. Yeah, and this is a perfect segue to talk about what has changed with the Gatling. So the Gatling has been nerfed because double workshop proxy was basically unholdable. It was basically broken. So we, the balance team, decided to nerf that build and make it so that you needed takes 3 more seconds to build the Gatlings, and then significantly the base speed of the Gatling has been nerfed rather significantly. A little bit unfortunate that Itano didn't just target that worker. I think if he had just right-clicked on it, he would have maybe killed it. But the wolves derped a little bit, but relatively fine. This is an even game for both players. So the base Gatling has a speed nerf to it, but there's an upgrade on the workshop that costs 100 gold, which brings the speed of the Gatling back to what it was before it was nerfed. Not really sure why these workers are wandering around. I think Rain is showing his StarCraft 2 kind of mentality here. In StarCraft 2, you have a lot of workers, and you're really fine to just send them across the map. Doing this in Little War Game, not as good. I mean, clearly this worker hasn't achieved literally anything. If you can sneak one out, it's probably worth it. But I feel like this is Rain just kind of showing his StarCraft 2 senses. I believe he is a pretty solid Master, or I think Master's StarCraft 2 player. So definitely he's got the RTS chops, but he doesn't really have the Little War Game meta experience to go off, especially considering that the game has actually changed relatively significantly recently. So we can see Itano is just macroing up. He's got 16 workers to 17. It looks like he may have missed a couple worker queues in all this exciting action, but in general he's going to be very comfortable to be taking a 3rd base, whereas Rain is going to be throwing down that forge. What's up, Dragon Archer Z? Do let me know if the sounds are good for you guys. If my microphone volume is too high or low or what have you, I can hopefully adjust that. Itano is just putting some pressure on the map. So you can see these slow Gatlings. They're just kind of trolling along. They're a lot slower than they used to be. And then we'll have to watch to see when Rain decides to go for that upgrade. As it is, he's going to be going for a 3rd base off the back of 3 Gatlings. I think if Itano gathers all his wolves together, 10 wolves should be able to kill these 3 Gatlings. But we're going to have to see. Right now, Itano seems to be very confident and happy to take this game into a later stage. Not sure. I guess he's probably thinking about stopping catapults. I don't love the tower placement. I'd like it to be a little closer to the edge. The reason is, if you're thinking that you're coming with a drop, you want to roll into here, drop here, and then shoot these workers. So you can actually drop in this position. You're safe from the tower. But as it is, it's pretty fine from Itano. He's just trying to be safe. It's very reasonable to assume that his opponent is going to go for catapult drops off the back of this play. We see +1 attack already on the way for Rain, so Rain is definitely committing heavily to those upgrades. And if we look at the supply counts, again, very equal worker counts. Itano has the ability to produce 3 workers at a time momentarily, so he's going to at least stay abreast, but certainly he has the potential to get higher on the worker counts, even though Rain's expansion is also coming out very soon here. Just a really solid, clean game from both players. You can definitely see by the wolf positioning from Itano, he's expecting catapult drops, and he's just really confident and comfortable to have wolves and towers and defend and just be, just argue that his economy is better. These catapults, I don't believe these cannons have the speed upgrade. I'm not even sure if Rain knows about the speed upgrade, to be honest, because this is a very new thing in the last couple days. So these will all die to these speedy wolves, as long as Itano micros correctly. He doesn't even need to go for this round. He can just nibble away, and those cannons are going to be dead. So already, I feel like Rain is going to have to micro well with these cannons. Of course, he is going to have +1 on them, so they are going to be doing 15 damage to every single wolf. But certainly, Itano Circus is in a pretty comfortable macro situation. It looks like he's already edging out to take a 4th base. This map is interesting. It's pretty new. Your first 3 bases are extremely safe, but the question has to be asked where you take your 4th base. If you take a 4th base here, this is such an awkward position because your opponent can just walk in from any angle and kill you. But I apologize, I'm missing some action. The wolves are nibbling away at the cannons here. They're doing significant damage. One of the cannon is going to fall. Looks like Itano is going to try to, Rain is going to go for some repairs here. The repairs are good. The workers are blocking well, and these wolves are getting shut down. Looks like Itano is going to have to run away. Good defense from Rain, and he's at 30 workers to 28, so his economy is very nice. Of course, he only has 6 workers at this base, so he needs to fix his saturation slightly. Again, Itano is also doing pretty well on saturation, but he definitely needs a couple more workers, which he is producing. Now, the 4th base is going to be out, so Itano still can start leveraging a large advantage. Right now, I'd like to see Itano, go for the upgrades, excellent, and just get to the next tech stage. I think dragons are never a wrong choice, at least for the tech transition, but right now it looks like Itano has got the Snake Den up, Snake Charmer, which allows him to build those ranged beast units. Meanwhile, Rain is just pretty content to be macroing off of 2 workshops and microing his cannons here. The cannons don't really have the range to stop these wolves, so these wolves will kill these animal testing labs, which gives a little more mobility for Itano's wolves, but in general, it's kind of unimportant at the end of the day. Somehow this cannon has survived. We can see more Den coming down for Itano Circus. He's floating a little bit. He's at 300 gold. Rain's also floating a fairly significant number, and he's going to lose a cannon for free. You can lose 2 wolves and trade it for a cannon, and you're really happy as a wolf player. So yeah, we can see Rain is pretty supply blocked here. He's at 70, so he needs to throw down some houses. I think the wolf pressure that Itano has been putting on has really been causing Rain to have to micro and struggle a little bit. We can see the caltrops coming down once he gets the advanced workshop, and these wolves are not able to really take good trades. Itano needs to be careful that he's not losing too many units. He has the production to replace them, but he really needs to start getting his upgrades and just kind of chill out because he's been bleeding a lot of units to the defense units of Rain here. But he's at 42 workers. He has full saturation on 4 base. So the amount of money that that Itano is going to be getting here is really nice. We have +2 attack on the cannons of Rain. So again, these wolves need to not take this fight. He's getting up some snakes, but there's going to be a fairly significant part of this game where Rain's forces have a really nice upgrade advantage, and they're going to be able to take these fights really cleanly. I think the biggest thing that I'd like to see from Itano right now is to go for dragons. He's getting a nice supply count. He's at 80 supply up against 84. So definitely, as the beast player, he needs to throw down more houses and just keep up the production. He's producing a lot of snakes now, and he's going to have +2 attack fairly soon. We see the first catapult drop coming out of Rain here. He's only a singular catapult, but with this attack upgrades, these guys will do a lot of damage. We see already a canceled base from Rain here. A little bit surprising. These snakes are doing excellent execution. Snakes are really good against cannons. You can see they are cutting through these low HP units really quickly, and these cannons are going to be difficult for Rain to replace. He only is on 3 workshops, and remember, these cannons now take 26 seconds to produce. The singular catapult is coming in, and now it's going to be up to Itano Circus to defend against the catapult push. Already this catapult is taking damage, but now he's going to drop it, and he's going to be able to snipe shells onto this base. Fortunately for Itano, he has the workers, but he's not pulling. Oh my gosh, this could be huge. He does pull. No workers dead. Good defense from Itano Circus. Now, if we look at the upgrades really quickly, we have +2 finishing, but we have no +3 or +4 coming out from Itano Circus. Meanwhile, Rain is going to get +3 on his Gatlings and cannons, but there is no 4th base for our meching player. Meanwhile, Itano Circus has all the economy. He has all the gold. He's up to 800 gold. He's going to quickly throw down his more upgrades, so that's a quick way to dump that money spent. I'm a little uncomfortable with the way that Itano is expanding to the right. I'd love to see him expand down to the bottom left, because Rain is going to have a really hard time getting down to the bottom left. However, these snakes are now in a position where they can start taking fights, but these catapults are going to kill the snakes so quickly. I'd love to see more wolves coming out from Itano Circus, because as it is, it's going to be tough for these snakes to engage when there's all these catapults. These snakes are going to die so quickly to catapults, but however, they are doing excellent damage. There are a lot of mech units that are dying here. These cannons are getting wrecked by the snake DPS, but overall, it looks like Rain is able to slowly chip away, and this this base will have to be canceled. If we look at the production tab here, we have a lot of wolves being produced from Itano. It's almost like he heard me. He's building wolves in massive upgrades, and now these cannons are just not able to trade efficiently against the wolf and snakes of Itano Circus. Now that we have a couple upgrades on these units, they are doing excellent damage. If we look at the unit count, it's 56 to 44 workers. Rain has a nice economy, but he needs to get that 4th base. He really needs to get that 4th place. He's got +3 with +1, +4 on the way. Meanwhile, +3, +4, and even +5 already queued up for Itano Circus. He's going to be going for some more units. He's got a little bit of a flank coming in from the left side. I don't know why this castle is still being built, but it's still being built. There's only one catapult here. One catapult is in the turret, and there's 3 cannons, but this is not going to be enough. The wolves are coming in from behind. They're going to pick up this catapult. Rain needs to use his dropship to save this one catapult, otherwise the defenses are just going to start crumbling. This single catapult is doing well, 3 kills already on it. However, the one tower is going to fall. Another catapult falls. Now the wolves with +2 attack are just going to eat through these towers in seconds. More wolves and snakes are streaming in from the outside. Itano is finally taking another base. He's up to 60 workers, a little bit of an overworker, I think, from Itano Circus, but I don't know if it's going to matter because Rain needs to defend this base. The wolves are just streaming in. These catapults are doing excellent execution. Every time a rock goes down, they're doing damage. They're doing well. We need a couple more snakes now. It looks like Itano Circus is just hammering one button at a time. He needs to hammer multiple buttons at a time. Itano is stubbornly trying to hold this position, and now he's getting a couple towers out, which could be interesting. I'd love if he was just hold position here, and there he goes. He hold positions. He's going to kill a couple of these wolves. Even these rocks coming in are actually going to hurt Rain's own units. However, I'm a little concerned that Itano Circus is not trading efficiently enough. He's now up against a bunch of catapults, and it's going to be tough for him to deal with this amount of catapult play. I think he just needs to find a way to spend his money. I would say dragons are the answer. I'm not really sure why he's not throwing down dragons. He has the money, he has the production. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 den is a reasonable den count, but I'm not sure if it's quite enough. And now it's going to be a matter of can he defend this 4th base, because once he loses this position, it's only a couple seconds away for the snakes to get to this position. A nice usage of the high ground. These +4 snakes are eating away at these catapults quickly. However, the +4 attack on Rain's own units is significant. Look at the way Itano is using the high ground. This is excellent. A couple catapults are going to die basically for free. Itano needs to get, Rain needs to get high ground vision here, and he's not being allowed to do so as these snakes cut down these catapults extremely quickly. Again, more production continue to come out. Itano is just not able to spend his money. He doesn't have enough den. He doesn't have enough production. He needs to get something else into this composition. He's just building off of 7 den and he's not doing anything else with his money. He's got almost 1k resources. Like, he can throw down 4 lair, throw down a dragons, and what is Rain going to do against dragons? He has no ballast day. He has 1 advanced workshop. He would just die if there were dragons right now. And look at the amount of gold Itano has. He can build dragons. So this is a really good teachable moment for all you guys when you're playing beast against mech. Don't stay on just wolf snake and don't stay on just dragon. Switch between the two, because mech has a really hard time transitioning between the two styles of ground-based units and anti-air-based units. But Itano is just not spending his money in that way. He's just going for more upgrades. Like, what are armor upgrades going to really do? He's losing just so many units. And it looks like our hero, our mod hero, is going to allow Rain to basically come away with this game because this mech army is just not being killed. There's really no other way to look at it. These cannons and catapults are so strong. And excellent play from Rain. He's just sticking to his guns. He's secured that 4th base. Now his units are pushing in and trading extremely efficiently. If we look at the units, income tab lost. Itano Circus has lost so much more gold than Rain. And even though he's lost so much more gold, he still has all the money in the world. But now Rain is using towers and pulling back 2 catapults and really just making an efficient trade here. Again, Itano Circus continuing to expand. He's got the money. He's got the upgrades rolling. It's just a matter of bashing his head against a brick wall right here. I don't know why he's not getting dragons. There's really no reason not to get dragons at this point. He's definitely overworked a little bit. And I like that he's added more den because he definitely can afford to add more dens. He just needs to keep macroing at this point. It's 109 supply to 117 supply to 111. We have a dropship with a single catapult kind of walking across the map. There's no way that Rain's going to be able to deal with all these workers. And it's really going to be a question now of, can Rain hold against the onslaught of gold? He actually took some bad trades, and now this is really bad for Rain. Looks like a couple Gatlings are going to get focused down here. Tough break for our mech player. He just was a little uncoordinated with his rally points, and it allowed Itano Circus to jump onto these snakes and these cannons here. Again, no dragons in sight. This is really sad that we don't see dragons here, but at this point, it's going to be challenging for Rain. He's going to finally get a base at the top, and we're going to look at some sort of split map scenario where where Itano has the bottom side of the map and Rain has secured the top side of the map. He does have 4 to 5 towers here, so it's going to be tough for Dragon Archer Z to really push in efficiently, and he has a couple units. I'd love to see Itano switch things up, maybe with a point of attack, maybe putting pressure on the left side, something along those lines would be cool. However, he seems very content to be on this this composition. He's about to have +5, +3, so he spent a lot of his gold on building those upgrades, and his units are extremely well upgraded. They are +5, +1 against +4 for Rain. Rain is getting +5, but again, he doesn't really need that much more upgrades because his units are already killing Itanos very quickly. Every time these rocks hit, they are going to kill more units, and it looks like Rain has decided to go for a push on the bottom left side. This could be Itano's chance to really do some damage. He doesn't know about this push. If he knew about it, he would be able to deal with it really efficiently. The catapults are moving in now, and Itano is going to catch some reinforcements on the middle of the map. Looks like we do have a bit of a drop coming in from Rain. I like this. And so many wolves just chilling on the left side. Itano feels like he's a little bit uncoordinated. I think if he brings all his units, he can crush this force. However, these +20 catapults are doing so much damage. They are going to snipe this down in literally seconds. However, Itano is going to go for a counterattack to the top side. There are 2 towers, but that's not going to be enough when you're facing +5, +3 snakes and wolves. Snakes and wolves will kill stuff so quickly. And now Itano is going to close in. He's attacking from both sides. Cattletrop's doing excellent work from Rain, but these catapults are trapped. They're going to shoot their stones. They're going to kill so many snakes every time these catapults fire, but their minimum range has been reached. These catapults are going to die, and now Itano is going in for the kill on the top side. What are these units doing? They had a free base to kill, but now they're going against this base. I think Itano, if we look at Itano's vision, there's no way he doesn't know about this. He just hasn't scouted this. He's just made a bit of a misjudgment in his calculations. He hasn't spotted this, but now he's going for a trade up in this position. Again, if we look at all the monies here, Itano has 1,800. He has all the money. He can continue to trade in this way for a long time. Looks like he's decided to go for werewolves, a really odd choice. I have no idea how werewolves work against mech. However, these trades are actually really fine for him. He's killing workers, he's killing mech units, even though every time the catapults shoot, they're basically one-shotting snakes at this point, which means snakes are such useless units in this position. I rarely question the werewolf choice, because catapults are good against werewolves. Like, why would you go werewolves when you have the option to go dragons? Itano's just gonna hurt my soul here. I have no idea what he's thinking right now, why he doesn't go dragons. I can't imagine any reason why you wouldn't go dragons in this situation, but now it's just going to be a matter of, can he defend the catapults? I think wolves are obviously the correct choice. I don't think snakes are at all good at this point. Maybe a couple snakes, 2 or 3, but wolves are clearly the correct unit. Wolves basically are a counter to catapults in a lot of ways. You need a lot of cannons to deal with mass wolf play. So I think if he comes in from multiple angles, Itano can possibly kill these units. However, Rain is playing an excellent game here. We have a bit of a wolf counterattack going up the top right. Meanwhile, sorry about that, guys. Meanwhile, these catapults erase a base. They get completely erased. These plus 25 damage catapults doing so much. Itano is catching reinforcements on the backline, and now these +5, +3 wolves are going to utterly wreck that mineral line. Now, Itano does lose this base, but it doesn't matter because he has 2 full buying base with the 3rd one coming up on this side of the map. And finally, we see the forces go in for Itano. The wolves come in, they crash onto these catapults. There are enough catapults to deal with the wolf count, but Itano is kind of ignoring this mech force and willing to just push damage onto the rest of the map. A couple catapults are going to get caught here by the catapults. Still no fortress. Inexplicably, Itano is like playing on hard mode. It's like he's made some sort of challenge for himself to win without good units. But I think this, for Rain, it's looking actually a little bit dire. He's been taking excellent trades, but he's losing catapults. He's got +1 armor going, but he's really far down in upgrades. These werewolves are now +3. That means they have +7 armor. Now again, that armor doesn't matter so much because these catapults get +5 for every attack, and they do a ton of damage. So the armor doesn't really matter in this kind of game. But I think Rain is not going to be able to secure a victory here. He needs to get his mining going on the top right. If we look at the units tab here, it's 33 workers to 67. So Rain doesn't really have enough to fully saturate all the bases he has. He needs to be taking this base and this base in order to stay relevant in this game. He's going to try to go for a drop. I like this play. This is a very smart move. This tower placement from Rain comes back and does good work. Meanwhile, it looks like we have wolves and werewolves from Itano Circus doing a lot of damage. And I must admit, Itano has played really a good macro game. I don't think his engagements have been excellent, and he's kind of been trading poorly, but he has understood the macro side of this game, where you just need to take more bases, and he's just fully saturated all these bases. Like, this is really good mining. I mean, to see a player this late in the game have this excellent mining at all these bases, it's really a delight to see. And he's also throwing down the towers. Obviously, these towers don't do a ton, but they do a little bit. They zone, they do damage. And now, even though these werewolves are possibly questionable, they are doing so much damage. Every time they hit, they are doing stuff. And at least they stay alive longer than snakes, right? These catapults are still utterly efficient. But we finally see a castle coming in for Dragon Archer Z. Itano Circus. I'm getting mixed up. This game is too epic. Look at this catapult force. Rain needs to do damage with this catapult force. Right now, it's just a question of, can Rain get across the map and damage the brutal economy of Itano Circus? Is there, in some world, is he going to be able to trade well enough? We can see Itano Circus has actually managed to spend all his money. Despite the huge income that he has here, he's actually traded so inefficiently that he's burnt down his bank. Also, he's throwing down so many towers that of course, spends your money really quickly. I think the biggest thing Itano Circus needs to do right now is he needs to send werewolves and stuff to kill this, because this force of catapults, there's really no way it can defend this top right position. So even snakes would be excellent at taking these fights. Also, Itano continuing to use the high ground to his advantage. These snakes are just so useless. He needs to stop building snakes at this point. Again, I don't see any dragon lairs coming down for Itano Circus, which is really the critical thing he needs. And Rain is still in this game. He's still pushing. He's got this death ball force of catapults. Itano Circus is, I feel like, being a little stubborn with his units. He's coming in from the top, he's coming in from the bottom. It's just going to be a matter, can these catapults do the execution they need to do? Every time a catapult shoots, it's doing so much damage. But these armor upgrades are actually starting to tell a little bit for Itano Circus. Some of these wolves are even taking shots. A couple catapults go down, but it looks like Itano is wisely backing out. These catapults are just such a strong force. It's so hard to deal with them. And again, where are the lairs? Where are the dragon lairs? What is going on in this game? Please, Itano. This game would be over 9 out of 10 times, 10 out of 10 times, if we only saw a single dragon lair and like 4 dragons being built. And also, Itano is kind of like fighting where he doesn't even need to fight. He doesn't need to fight here. He can counterattack. He can send forces north. There's no defense for these bases. Rain is doing a really good job of trying to be aggressive with the catapults. He knows this is his strength. He has to take fights with these units. Every time these catapults fight, it's a good fight. But Itano is making some good plays here. He's going to catch off reinforcements on the bottom left. And really, he's slowly going to starve. Believe it or not, even considering the fact that Rain has like 6 bases, he's actually going to starve out his opponent here. Rain has finally managed to squeeze out a couple armor upgrades. He's got +2 armor, +5 attack. Really, there's no need to even make any more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Itano, you need to mine. You need to mine, Itano. What's going on here? I have no idea what these workers are doing. I guess Itano has decided that he has too many workers. He wants to kind of get rid of them. He's at 57, so this is probably a correct choice on his part. I can't believe this game, actually. He's again throwing mass wolf into the fray. Now, wolves are pretty efficient at killing catapults. They're doing a decent job. Looks like 4 or 5 catapults are going to die, and it's going to be tough for Rain to replace these losses. However, it's also tough for Itano, really, to replace these losses. Do we see dragon lairs? Please. No, there's no dragon lairs. Itano stubbornly is not deciding to win the game. Instead, he wants to win on hard mode. It's like Itano Circus is playing Little War Game. He's like, this game is too easy for me, guys. This game is way too easy. I can beat this guy with style. It's almost like bad-mannered at this point, the way Itano Circus is trying to style on Rain here without dragons, the unit that actually are useful. Instead, he's building snakes, the units that get one shot by catapults. Well, it looks like it actually takes 2 shots because there's enough armor here. But every time the catapults shoot, they're being so cost efficient. I literally can't believe what I'm seeing in this game. Is Rain actually going to pull this out? Is it even possible that, to being down this much on gold, he could take a win? I am utterly shocked watching this game. I can't believe that we don't see dragons right now. Like, I'm scrolling through Itano's base almost in disbelief right now that we don't have dragons. I don't want to focus too much upon it because this game is so epic, but it's just completely shocking to me. Again, these catapults are so deadly. These catapults are literally the snake's worst nightmare. It's like the snakes come out, they're like, they're ready to have fun. They want to shoot their biles. They're +5. They're like, yeah, we're snakes, we're good units, and then they just run into a wall of catapults and die in 2 seconds. And they're like, why? Why have you done this to us? They just curse their creator for making snakes at this stage in the game. Now, this is, of course, the absolute correct move. There's still a lot of gold left in these binds, and Itano Circus has finally wised up. He's going to go kill that base. And while these catapults will do damage, they're going to kill this mine here. I don't think Itano really cares. He has the gold he needs in this game. He can keep replenishing this army for a long time coming. And these snakes should deal with everything here. He can just, I mean, they're +5/+5 snakes. He can just A-move them up here if he just finds the attention. It looks like sorry about that, guys. Hit the wrong button. Looks like the engagement is finally coming in. The catapults are, again, doing excellent execution here. The cannons kind of tanking in the front. These armor upgrades are finally starting to really click in for the mech units. These +2 armor, even against +5, makes them survive a little bit longer. A couple more units are being poked away from Rain here, and Rain is, looks like his macro is slipping a little bit. He's got a lot of money, but there he goes. He queues up all this stuff on his catapult dens. Looks like Itano is using his snakes to kind of counterattack, and really it all is going to come down whether Rain can make these catapults kill everything. It's going to be really tough. I mean, there's towers here which don't really matter that much, but they slow down the push. Itano Circus is still mining efficiently from these bases. However, there is an issue that I need to bring up, which is the fact that eventually Itano will run out of money if he continues making completely cost-inefficient units like snakes. Snakes are not completely free, even though it may feel like they're free. Eventually, these snakes will actually die to this force of catapults. However, I'm not sure if Rain has the time or the resources to get to that point. Significantly, he's losing his base here, and Itano can actually probably take and mine from this position. And so really the clock, the writing is on the wall for Rain here. He's put up an unbelievable fight with the mech forces. Really incredible. I mean, look at these catapults. 6 kills, 8 kills, 18 kills, 3 kills. I mean, every single catapult has killed so many units. It's unbelievable. The slaughter fest that has been this game, I don't know if I've seen this many beast units die in my entire life, to be honest. But still, Itano, he's playing the game on hard mode. He doesn't care. He's an absolute mad lad. He's just making Wolf Snake. He's maxed out. He's going to send his units into the meat grinder. He's going to feed the catapults. I mean, catapults, every time these catapults fire, they're just doing damage. They're just racking up the kills. It's like Itano Circus is just donating money to the bank of Rain right now. But it's not going to matter because Rain has to win with this army. He doesn't have anything at home. The snakes can literally just walk around and kill the buildings. There's no way this army can go through and kill this entire base of Itano Circus before the end here. I can't believe what we're watching, guys. Spread the word. This is an epic show match. Little War Game is back. We have some excellent players here duking it out with the newest patch. The catapults are finally going to get cleaned up eventually. Every time a fight goes, it's like, every time we see its fight, it's like 100 supply of snakes dies for like 2 catapults, but Itano is so rich that he can actually take that kind of trade. Like, that's what's so silly about this game. I mean, 12 kills. Like, look at these catapults. 21 kills on this catapult. Like, and it's not even enough. Like, eventually the wolves will clean up. There's only like 6 catapults left. There's more wolves coming. Unbelievably, Itano Circus has actually won this game off the back of just utterly mass wolf snake. Itano likes his wolf snake. That's, I think, what we've learned from this game. He's also made werewolves, and the game is over. Wow, what a match. Good game to both players. Itano Circus is the victor. 1-0 in this show match. What a game! I'm kind of in awe, honestly, of what we've just witnessed here. Really, really impressive play. Daz, are you there?
Fun.
Yeah, that was incredible. I have to admit. I have no idea why we didn't see dragons though. I'm amazed.
Yeah, this is the game. So I'm so hyped for this. Wow, that was ridiculous.
Spam your Itano circus in
Okay.
chat. All right, let's get this next game rolling because so I think we Itano agreed to a best of 5. So this is a best of 5, ladies and gentlemen. Spread the word.
This is the. What do you think chances are this game?
Whoa, your mic is really weird right now. I don't know why. But sorry, say that again.
Chances are it's gonna be Jesus.
I have no idea. Possibly fairly high. Is there some way you could adjust your mic? I don't know, if, like sensitivity or something. Because you've got like this weird, like, I don't know, sound. All right. Oh man, Itano has gone offline. Okay, 1 minute.
Rain was get the flying speed, and I think it does matter when kite was with it. I think it's.
Can you keep talking, Daz? I think there's. I'm seeing if I can change some setting or something. There's like a weird reverb on your mic right now.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Stream. Yeah, the issue is you've got like some kind of weird reverb going on.
Does that?
Also, I feel like you might be cutting off a little bit. But hopefully our technical difficulties will sort themselves. People in chat, let me know if you can hear that as well, if it's just my end. I think it shouldn't be. But in the bottom right, we have, bottom left, we have NightQueenNyx, or aka Team Zenith Rain, playing with the mech builds. And in the top right, we have based Itano Circus. Whoa, for a second there, he pulls all his workers. But he is going for standard stuff. Yeah. Looks like we have some technical difficulties. We'll try to sort that out in the future. well, yeah, we'll sort that out in the future. And we see a similar build order. We see workers going out onto the maps. Are we going to see some proxies? I am thinking that this might just be a scouting play from Rain, because I think he's got this old school kind of StarCraft 2 mentality. He's going to send the scouting worker across. We don't see this so much in Little War Game. Oh, I misspoke completely. It is going to be cheese, and it's going to be... Buckle your seats, ladies and gentlemen. We have double proxy time. We have a proxy coming in from Itano Circus, and we have a proxy maybe coming from Rain. Is he just scouting? I have no idea what Rain's doing. Maybe it's towers, but it's definitely a proxy. Ooh, is this... Oh, no, they're not... Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this picture. Look at this picture. This is Little War Game in a nutshell. This is classic Little War Game show matches. Rain realizes what's going on. He's giggling to himself. He's like, what is this? What is this? Is this proxy? Now, significantly, guys, Itano is going to spot the proxy because the worker is going to rally back to his base, and he's going to be able to interrupt it, and he's going to get a raider out faster. Is this going to complete? This is really close. I think it's going to complete before the worker dies. I mean, at the very least, the other worker is going to come in, but he runs, he pulls away. Oh, this is so bad for Rain. This is utter disaster right now. Itano Circus is getting a second thing. He now knows exactly what's going on. Rain is gonna finish the barracks, but now the raider is out, guys. The raider is out, and Itano is going to be able to get more raiders quicker. I can't even talk right now. This game is so crazy. We have a soldier. Ooh, again, I think Rain hasn't played much on the latest patch. He's getting soldiers, guys. Soldiers get wrecked by raiders early game because raiders can kite them. Raiders do 30 plus 21. That's 51 damage versus biological units. Newsflash: soldiers are biological units. This is a really tough spot for Rain, and I don't even know if he realizes that there's a raider out on the map. Oh, hold on. Where's the raider? All right, here's the raider from Itano. Now, this is always a challenge. He has to micro the raider and not let it get surrounded. He can't get surrounded. Now, of course, Rain is just pulling the boys. He's pulling the boys, guys. Oh my gosh, this is going to be the execution by punch. Execution by punch. And boom, that worker gets completely executed. The Itano's worker is going to pay for his crime. Itano is a little confused on what play to make. This raider is doing execution on this side of the map. We have another raider coming back. Now the tower is down, but what is this tower going to accomplish? Absolutely nothing, guys. The tower accomplishes literally nothing. It's shooting a house. What is a forge? What are we watching? Guys, forges have no HP. They have 800 HP. They cost 150 gold. Always make dens when you want to block for stuff, but I digress. Because it looks like this game is basically a complete disaster from the perspective of Rain. The workers are being pulled, but there's a barracks in the main base. What are these units going to achieve? It's one soldier. Look at the units tab. It's 8 workers and a soldier against 11 workers, 4 raiders, and more production coming up. The house does get killed, and it looks like Rain has snuck out his own raider. And now the workers and the soldier are going to start working on a barracks. I mean, obviously, Itano needs to be a little bit careful. He's going to almost lose a raider. He doesn't lose it. Why is he not producing? He's not making it a house. Man, if Rain can somehow pull this out, that would be the most incredible comeback of all time. However, it's supply block. He needs to make a house. He needs to make a house now. He makes a house, but he makes a house in the face of his opposition. He can get his raiders in. What are these raiders doing? This raider is being utterly useless. He's killing a building that makes no difference to this fight. He needs to pull the raiders. It's 3 raiders here. This raider... Oh, raider snaps in. 1 raider is almost dead. Workers get killed. Soldier is being focused down. Soldier is going to die. 1 raider from Itano Circus dies, but it doesn't matter. There's no more workers left. It's 2 workers. There's nothing left. There's nothing left for Rain to do except GG out at this point. There's too many workers. There's too many raiders. There's nothing left to do. This raider is going to slowly kill this building. I have no idea. Obviously, we have an extra soldier out, but that raider is going to be one shot, and now it doesn't matter. He can just A-move with workers, and oh man, I can't type. This game is so epic. Wow. And the double cheese, the cheese into cheese, has made it happen. Daz, are you back with us?
Hey, Slammer.
All right, cool. Your mic sounds good now. I don't know what was going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. I just need to say right now to all the stream viewers that the patch is getting ready to go live, and by ready to go live, I mean I've got a time frame of maybe 4 to 5 hours.
Oh my goodness, dudes. Look, it's a great time to be playing Little War Game, my dudes. This is hype.
Yeah, I'm so excited for
This series, by the way, has been really good. I think the players are pretty evenly matched. I think we're seeing that Rain is just not as experienced with the new patch and stuff.
Yeah, I think some of the plays is just inexperience with the new patch. I mean, Rain clearly hasn't gotten used to the Rex cheeses or stuff like that. But man, 2-0 up to Itano. Do you think Rain can bring it back?
Frankly, I don't think he can bring it back if he has to win 3 games in a row.
You
But
think he can take the next game?
I think he can take a game. I think he just needs to calm down. I think maybe Mech doesn't play to his strength. I mean, it's hard to say, although, yeah.
I mean, Rain is a mech player in StarCraft.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
what he likes to do.
I mean, he had his chances in that last game. I'm not really sure exactly where he went wrong, to be honest. I think he just kind of gave. I think he needed to do more with drops and give.
I think he was just a bit indecisive with what he was doing. He should have finished up Raiders out, and then he just sort of went all in. He's just like, I don't know what I'm doing against the Raiders. That's fair enough.
No, I think he was pretty lost though at that point, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see if Itano's ready. All right, let's do
Green
it.
and white this time.
Yeah, we're changing it up. Yeah, I figured we'd just alternate across the 2 maps. So I have to say, it's really cool to have green maps back in the map pool. Daz, why don't you do the honors and introduce our players?
In the top right, we have the man who is 2 games down. He needs all your support. Give it up for NightQueenNyx.
Boom.
And in the bottom left, playing an macro game and then keeping his composure in a cheese game. It's going to be a Itano Circus looking to close it out.
Boom. All right, we already see a workers all over the map. I think I've seen more workers hiking in this game than in like the last 10 Little War games I've played in my life. Like these dudes, yeah, they're hiking all over the place. They're exploring new maps. They're like trying to see what's going on the other side of the map. Are these workers going to spot each other?
Are these workers going to see each other? Are these workers? They're going to go. They're going to miss each other. Oh my god!
Of course, it couldn't be any other way. Now, are these scouting workers? You think?
I mean, they're really early scouts. But I do think they are going to be scouting workers. I guess they're just a bit suspicious after the last game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Rain.
Oh, we're gonna see Mech again.
Yeah, this is a identical build that Rain did in game 1. He went for the scouting worker. He went for the workshop. And I feel like Itano is just scouting as well, just to try to get an idea of what's going on.
So Rain, yeah, Tano's going for the castle first, I think. But do you think he's gonna go into Beast again, or do you think he's gonna try something else?
I think he'll play Beast. Itano is mainly a Beast player. I think he practices Beast, so I think he'll go for the same. And obviously he won with it. I would love to see Dragons though.
Yeah.
I was just that game was killing me watching.
If he went for Dragon, yeah. And he could do it this game, especially when Rain went completely without knowing that there could be the threat of dragons. If he does it this game, I think Rain's gonna be completely prepared.
I was just sitting there watching like 2K gold in the bank as he streams snakes to their death. Like, I think it's okay to have a couple snakes, but like the amount of snakes he had that were just dying to catapult shots was just like cringe-inducing. And he got like so many armor upgrades.
And the way he let the 5th and 6th face just stand for like 10 minutes.
I mean, it worked out.
Oh,
to be
he missed
fair,
the work.
Yeah, good micro there from Rain.
Yeah. It's really weird for me to see these fast expand builds have less workers than the one build, for example.
Well,
because I would normally think that you get a worker or 2 ahead from the castle.
What is Rain doing, by the way? This house is odd. Is he... What's going on?
I think it's just for vision.
But why would you build a house? You need a castle. His castle's gonna be super late.
Oh.
No? But what I was gonna say about the other thing is... I think the worker counts are actually pretty equal, to be honest. I think you get a slight advantage like a minute later once the second castle goes up.
Yeah.
But you're building, workers off of one castle consistently, so yeah, you're gonna have the same worker counts. And we see that Itano was down one worker basically just because he lost a worker, right? However, if we look at the income tab, it's basically dead even. Both players were scouting. What is? That's a beacon.
Yo.
Was that your beacon? Or
I was just pinging. It's like,
okay.
I don't know what's going on with that worker.
So
It's a little sneaky.
let's talk a little bit about what Rain's doing here. He's going for a forward expand. So this base back here is actually, there's no ground path to it, so it's basically a free expansion. But I kind of like the way Rain's playing this, because this third is also pretty safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this map is definitely quite a good macro map for Mick, I think. You have a clear expansion towards the center, and I think you can take 5 bases fairly easily on this.
Mm-hmm. Where would you say you take your 4th base? Is it this middle one?
Well, you can take 2 middle ones that are rotated slightly.
Right.
And then you just take your 3-base setup,
though.
right?
It feels super awkward to be taking those, because like you got this annoying high ground to fight with.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like you could
Itano's adding 2 more dens. So he's going to go for quite an aggressive wolf snake bust.
Yeah, is this going to be a
I can't imagine him
snake?
doing it with just wolves, right? After showing how much he loves snakes.
I think we're going to see, I see a worker pull off the line. Oh, it's a house. I thought it was going to be a snake charmer. I think this could actually turn out well for Rain. I feel like if it's a really long macro game, I think we'll see something similar to last game. And I think Itano has good chances, especially if he decides to mix it up with dragons. But I think there's a good chance he can defend this.
Though. The Gatlings with the speed upgrade, they kite the wolves so much better, and you can see how the wolves can't really get that same easy surface area.
Cool. So
like,
we can see. I totally forgot to check last game, but yeah, we can see that speed upgrade has been researched by Rain.
Yeah.
Also, what this tower, a little bit of derp.
Yeah, there's a snake. There's a snake then, so it's gonna be a 4-in wolf snake bust.
Okay, it feels a little late though.
And well, Rain is getting the 3rd, right? So Itano does have a chance to break it. I mean, the Natural's got 2 angles.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's really that one tower that's 99% finished.
Yeah.
He doesn't really cover the ramp, for example. So maybe if Itano just tries to go in towards the castle at Rain's Natural, then maybe he's got a chance of busting. But it's going to be interesting to see, because obviously he played a very economic game last time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he's trying to mix it up.
Yeah, that's true. I think, and also it's a question of like how good is Rain's defense in this situation. I feel like he needs a catapult here.
Yeah.
I think you.
And I feel like he just needs to tie to SimCity, right?
Yeah. Now the one thing I will say is I think Rain has pretty good micro. Yeah. I think his cat micro has looked pretty solid. So I do kind of think he can do well against this wolf count. But I mean, if you look at it, it's 19 wolves and a snake to 5 gats, and there's going to be just more snakes flooding. So.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, right? Repair is a pretty good, ability to have,
especially against wolves, because wolves are so derpy when you're trying to like fight through repairs.
Yeah, wolves are really hard to micro because you have to target each individual worker when they're. Yeah. So Rain's got a 3rd. Tana doesn't have a 3rd base, and this is Beast vs. Mick.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's going up to the high ground. What can
this
Rain
could be a disaster if these wolves get. He needs to click.
You need to cut back. Come on.
No, he has to run.
How many gats do you think he's gonna lose?
I think this is. No, he's gonna lose all of them. He's gonna lose everything.
He's gonna get them all trapped.
Oh shoot, dude. He's gonna lose four gatlings, 5 gatlings. Oh, he's gonna escape to the right. Whoa, he canceled the tower.
But he's SimCity himself.
He canceled the tower. Where's the tower at? Oh my gosh.
He canceled and built a Rex. He left it finished because he didn't think Bush was coming.
Why?
He needs to get towers up right now. He needs to get a full SimCity.
This is so bad. This is so bad. He lost. Tower's going down. He lost. Why is he building a Rex?
He can hold it. If he cities well, poses worker. I don't see why he can't do it.
I can see why, because there's like a million wolves and snakes. Also, the snakes.
No. He can. Okay. With the snakes coming.
There's no. You gotta be kidding me. There's no way you hold this.
Oh my god.
This is he's dead as a doorknob.
He needs to get up the 3rd. I don't think he knows that Itano doesn't have a
Yeah.
Does he know? Do you think he can tell?
Whether he knows or not, yeah, he can't he can't go down here. I mean, it's over.
There's no third. There's no third. So
Yeah.
he just
Well,
needs to hold
Honestly,
the ramp.
the third's coming. It's
And the
19
ramp is
workers
a
to
really
one.
good place to hold, but he's gonna get surrounded.
Yeah. Well, man, what a good game.
Uh,
GG, well played. Bit of a beat down. Itano Circus is showing his beast chops.
Wow. It's just like Itano, after every game, after that first game, he's just like, you know what, I can do better. And he just reacted really well, you know?
That first game was pretty hype, but he definitely kind of laid down some smackdown with those next 2 games.
Yeah, Itano's like, okay, I'm not letting a game go that long again. I'm just shutting down.